Okie dokie, welcome back. Steak sandwich time, take one. Today I'm going to show you my version of a steak sandwich. It involves two of my most favorite things in life, wagyu beef and french fries. So we're gonna do this in a couple parts. If you've seen any of my other videos, I've got a few kitchen staples here. Garlic aioli, buttermilk cheese, those are going in on the very end. This is what's called the collar steak, or sometimes referred to as the teppanyaki, depending on who you ask. Or sometimes it's called the chuck flap. That's the most romantic version. But it comes from just behind the collar, top of the neck. There's only a couple pounds per animal, and it's like the butcher's cut. It's full of marbling, full of flavor, still very tender. So this is what I prefer to use. If you don't have access to this, I recommend like a flank steak or a skirt or a flat iron. Something that's gonna have that fat, that tenderness, and that you can cook in a short amount of time. So we're gonna season steak generously with salt. Take a little bit of cooking oil. This is a little bit of melted animal lard. Medium heat. I'm gonna sear these babies on all four sides. Kind of lock in some of that flavor and juiciness. The salt, I know that I put a lot on there. It was intentional. The salt really kind of acts as a crust on the outside of the beef to help sear it. Whole garlic cloves, skin on, smash with the back of a knife. That's gonna go in the pan here in a minute. I leave the skin on because it just helps protect that garlic. The essential oils come out of the garlic into the pan, into that fat that we're gonna baste the steak in, imparts flavor. But the skin protects the garlic so that it doesn't burn and turn bitter. So while our steaks are searing, I'm gonna start the onions. I'm going to caramelize some onions in the pan that the steaks are cooked in once the steak comes out. So top, tail, peel. Just a quick julienne on these. Onions can get set aside. Okay, garlic goes in. Thyme, pat of butter. You want to start the sear in a neutral cooking oil or in an animal fat because it's going to have a high smoke point to it so that you can get that incredible golden brown sear on the outside of the meat. If you start immediately in butter, what tends to happen is your butter browns too fast before the steak gets the sear on it. Take your vegetable peel and you just lay it completely flat. You can start pulling ribbons off. I like this because you get great balance of texture. You get the peel in there, the flesh of the cucumber. Pull the rest. Give them a little pinch of salt as they come off the heat. As the steaks rest, they purge out their liquid a little bit more, and as they cool and rest, they pull it back in. So if you salt as you come off the heat, pulls that moisture and that seasoning back into the steak. Drain off all my excess fat from cooking the steaks. I'm gonna start to caramelize my onions and just kind of go in. A little bit of residual fat in there. I like to salt right away. Salting right away is going to pull that moisture out of the onion, and that moisture is going to pull what's called that fond, all that like delicious golden brown off the bottom of the pan and into the onion. It's kind of a two-part deal there. Okay, onions come out. So first things first, we're gonna make our roasted bell peppers, which is going to go on the base of the bun with caramelized onions. So I have kind of a mix of poblano and red pepper, and that can just kind of go on an open flame. If you felt like doing this outside, you could do it on the grill, or you can do it in your home kitchen, just directly on the burner there. You're gonna char the outside until it's completely black. Then we're gonna put it in a mixing bowl covered with plastic wrap. The steam is going to release the skin. We'll peel them and then julienne them down and mix with caramelized onions. So while my steaks are resting, I can kind of start to build the rest of the sandwich. So over medium-low heat, I wanna toast my buns. Never gets old, never does. I have a ciabatta here. What I like about ciabatta is it's got a great exterior crust, but it's soft and chewy on the inside. Lemon zest. Then in our other bowl, have our cucumbers, the last of our flat leaf parsley, a little bit of fresh arugula, homemade garlic aioli. Stir this all together. Thinly sliced pickle. So we've got our two salads, right? Bottom bun, top bun. Last but not least, we're gonna do some cheese curls. Hard cheese cut into like workable size pieces. And we're just gonna take a vegetable peeler, pull some of these off like so. I'm gonna slice against the grain. You can see the grains running through the steak, and I wanna slice against it just to really helps with the tenderness of it. Nice medium rare on that. Now we build. So we have our rested sliced steak. I have some whole grain mustard, put on the top bun here. Got our pepper and onion mixture, delicious, followed by our crispy fries. Got our wagyu beef. After I put the cheese on, I'm just gonna place everything on the bottom bun in a 500-degree oven for about a minute and a half just to melt the cheese. Got our shaved cucumber, arugula, sliced pickles, all tossed, and our homemade garlic aioli. It has all the greatest things: pickles, wagyu beef, French fries, roasted peppers. I'm excited to get into it. Thanks for being here. We'll see you soon. Follow us on social media, all the usual suspects, where we share new tips, tricks, and recipes weekly of all my favorite dishes that I love to make at home. From my kitchen to yours, I hope you enjoy. Join us next time for stuff.